Hello, and welcome to the first in a series of short thoughts that I'll be sharing over the coming weeks, addressing a host of recurring themes that I see arising within our client base and also within the senior marketing and brand executives that I'm connected to. Themes that can probably be best summed up by how do I find the money to do what I know needs to get done? Which is a bit of a tease, and I'm going to break this down into three core themes that I'll summarize today, and then break that down into really tangible things that you can apply in the sessions that follow. This is a difficult time for many of our clients and no doubt for many of you. And whether it be from financial pressure or market conditions, shifting organizational priorities, dialogues or opinions that have started internally, or a host of other factors, three key themes have surfaced over the last few months that are worth discussing. The first is driving revenue and impact in the face of shrinking budgets, resources, shifting market and competitive pressures, and other factors, often leading to the need for marketing organizational change or better standardization, efficiency, systemization, etc., to drive down the costs, or potentially better data analytics, transparency to make more informed decisions. What we find though is that when a trained eye is brought to everything that marketing does every day, who they do it with, how they do it, what they spend on it, not just centrally, but all the way downstream, there's actually a lot of money to be found that can be redirected to initiatives that drive revenue, while also setting you up for more efficient operations and growth. Where this gets even more fun is when that same eye looks at efficiencies and quality and costs and vendor structures and things of that nature on branded assets outside of marketing, whether this be in IT and engineering or HR, facilities, product, and so on. The second theme is keeping existing or planned initiatives alive and moving forward to realize the business outcomes that were intended by them. Often these initiatives get pressure put on them due to real financial pressure, anticipatory financial prudence, organizational optics, e.g., why are we spending money on a rebrand or a brand architecture consolidation when we're laying off employees? Or it could be because of how the organization may view brand and marketing initiatives as weighted against other initiatives, or by not having successfully built a full picture business case for brand change, brand architecture consolidation, or marketing improvement, a business case that is really needed to keep these programs in the appropriate light with executives that might too swiftly push these things aside. And finally, the third theme is preparing and laying the groundwork for growth, either in preparation for future M&A, efficient organic growth, or strategic changes in brand and marketing that are needed to either outpace competitors, enter into new product or solution offerings, or a host of other strategic moves that need to be made. You know I can't leave it right there, so I'm going to give you a little bit more to chew on here. Normally when we're talking with marketing executives that are looking to take on a strategic initiative, they're really looking at two tangible and intangible components of ROI. The first is really related to revenue growth, share of wallet, premium pricing, solutions and offerings that initiative may now afford them permission to be able to offer. And then the second component is really, enterprise or brand value, whether that's booked or unbooked. The truth of the matter is that those two things are fairly hard to attribute to the brand initiative or marketing initiative itself. And it also opens up that initiative for a lot of scrutiny from executives outside of marketing that may say, couldn't we just achieve that same outcome by doing things different operationally than we do them today and not spending money on that marketing and brand initiative? What organizations can tend to not be incredibly great at internally are the other two components of the ROI equation. The first being the cost of that initiative. And this is a collaborative effort outside of marketing and inside of marketing that may include a whole host of operational areas. But far too often, executives take forward a single cost for that initiative, when this is really a how long is a piece of string kind of a situation. And there's a whole host of options for achieving that strategic initiative, each of which might have a different cost profile over time. And then the second piece of that is how do we build an ROI model based in real tangible savings and efficiencies that can be gained by doing that strategic initiative, thereby uncovering and finding the money that we can then reallocate towards initiatives that really drive revenue and impact. Those of you that do know me know that at this point in my career, what I really love is sitting down with good people with big challenges and providing everything that I can to make you successful. So if anything in this talk or anything in the talks that follow this triggers anything in you, give me a shout. We'll bounce some ideas back and forth and give you something to take back to the organization. A lot more on all of this to follow. And until then, do great things.